Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
Hello and welcome to the program. You're watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. I am Bobby Ayadike. Making the headlines, NFT mania. NFT hype climbs to new highs as TikTok announces its first NFT sales and Ripple reveals a 250 million NFT creator fund. DeFi explodes. Decentralized exchanges see a surge in transactions and users following China's latest crypto crackdown. Institutional crypto investing doubles down. From surveys to banks, fintechs to new exchange-traded products, institutions can't seem to get enough of crypto. El Salvador Bitcoin milestones. El Salvador's Bitcoin wallet, Chivo, reaches 2 million downloads within a month, while it mines its first Bitcoin using volcano heat. Shiba Inu price crashes by 30%. The dog-themed meme coin's bullish momentum finally came crashing down after a 3-day-long 300% price rally. Some experts believe this could be a sign that Dogecoin might be on the verge of an equal-sized breakout. NFT creator allegedly absconds with over $2.7 million. Investors in Evolved Apes, a recently launched NFT project, are struggling with the disappearance of the project's anonymous developer. The Nigerian CBDC launch suspended indefinitely. The Nigerian CBDC, dubbed e-Naira, which was scheduled to launch on the 1st of October 2021, was abruptly suspended by the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele owing to a trademark infringement of an existing Nigerian company. And finally, Africa begins PAPSS. The African Export-Import Bank has announced the launch of the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPSS, to facilitate instant payments in local currencies between African markets. Today's edition of the Inside Blockchain is brought to you by OKEX, the leading innovative cryptocurrency exchange that offers advanced financial services. Now, over the next 20 minutes, we will be discussing the topic blockchain technology and remittances. And we'll be taking a closer look at the implications on cross-border transactions across Africa. Now, just to give a brief insight, money transfer services can be expensive to say the least. This is especially the case for international transfers and sending money abroad to family and friends back home. The transfer of these funds is known as remittance. According to the World Bank, the global money transfer market reached over $702 billion in 2020, with an estimated additional $200 billion by 2026. When looking at remittance inflows, the countries that received the most remittances in 2020 were India, China, Mexico, the Philippines, and Egypt, totaling approximately $251 billion in market transfers. Now, since its emergence, the blockchain technology has shown potential for financial inclusion and streamlining of remittances. Recently, regulators and industry experts have studied the capabilities of blockchain technologies to streamline and potentially replace the infrastructure that drives cross-border payments and remittances. Cross-border payments have been one of the earliest and most promising applications of the blockchain technology. This is hardly surprising since this technology emerged to manage monetary transactions in Bitcoin's distributed network. Blockchain and distributed ledger technologies, or DLTs, promise instant, unchangeable, and transparent recording of transactions. Blockchain is renowned for its ability to enable digital peer-to-peer transfers or the removal of the middleman. And finally, remittance transfers remain one of the most inconvenient consumer transactions to date. Long processing times, high fees, security risks, and an overall lack of transparency make it ripe for blockchain adoption to play its part. Let us go on a short break. When we return, we'll be joined by an industry expert to help us understand the topic at hand. Stay with us.
Crypto is over.
Crypto is rubbish.
Crypto is crashing.
And all of this is known as sport.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
Welcome back. You're still watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. We're still looking at the topic blockchain technology and remittances, the implications on cross-border transactions in Africa. And here to help us better understand the issue at hand is Chiagozie Iwu, the Chief Executive Officer of NaijaCrypto, a digital asset exchange that offers the state-of-the-art services. Chiagozie, welcome to the program. Now, to dive right into it, one of the alleged reasons for the prohibition on crypto by the Central Bank of Nigeria was the fall in remittances. On the other hand, some experts argue that this is untrue. Can you care to comment on this?
Hello, thank you once more for having me here. Always a pleasure to be on Crypto TV Plus, right? So, yes, there was this insinuation, although unofficial, because I don't think the central bank ever said this officially, right? That one of the reasons that we had this crypto ban was because of a loss of remittance income, that the fees from remittances, right? So yes, well, that might be true, that might not be true. that's a debate for another day. But one thing for certain is true, right? The crypto market was driving heavy remittances within the Nigerian market, right? And the traditional sectors were falling. It's not just the crypto market, like even fintechs like Sendwave, TransferWise, and crypto exchanges were driving the remittance markets. Why? Because using the banks as a sort of remittance, using traditional services like Western Union, MoneyGram, had high fees and we're a bit inefficient. Not a bit inefficient, we're actually very inefficient in the way money is transferred from place to place. People wanted, oh, I'm in UK. I send money to someone in Nigeria, my relative in Nigeria. I want to get fast another low fee. Not I send £20, and at the end of the day, what they're receiving is £15 and things like that. So yes, in that situation, the CBN was earning had some stake through the banks, right, in earning fees from remittances. But yes, it might be a good motive to ban crypto, but I don't really think that was the major motive behind that.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, before you actually started, you said that's an argument for another day. So now let's move on. Since its emergence, you and I understand that the blockchain technology has shown great potential for financial inclusion and formalization of remittances. Now, how well do you think this potential has been achieved so far, globally and even in the African ecosystem?
Oh my God. I cannot even begin to quantify what has been done so far. Talk more of what is to be done, right? So when it comes to blockchain-based remittances, right? So one thing that it has going for it is decentralization, right? So what am I talking about? There are a lot of people now, like let's use the British market for example, right? One way Nigerians in diaspora have been sending money down to Nigeria from the British market has been through the use of the fintech apps, right? Like in which we had a lot of them pop up, right? But with there was a crackdown on those apps at some point before the merger with the banking services. That caused a lot of people to realize what USDT can do. So a lot of people now found it easier that, okay, it's very easy for me to buy USDT. I want to send money to my sick mom in Nigeria. All I need to do is to buy 100 USDT, 200 USDT, right? And send it down to them. And all they need to do is to use a crypto exchange that converts crypto to fiat, like NaijaCrypto and other crypto exchanges we have out there, right? And she's gotten fiat in less than 5 minutes. So you have a situation whereby blockchain is powered. In fact, there is no formal research in this because the data is sparse because the authorities, the central authorities, do not actually monitor these transactions, right? But based on data from other sources and like what we can conservative estimate shows that blockchain-based remittances from not just from Africa, all over the world has crossed at least the $100 billion threshold, right? So yes, you have it. It's already happening in a big way, right? And it just gives you an idea with the way people are innovating, with the way more blockchain-based remittance startups are popping out, right? This is a potential $1 trillion market. Like, it's a potential $1 trillion yearly market, right?
Exactly,
and, we're getting there. Believe me, we're getting to that place.
Oh, that's fantastic. So let us go on a short break. When we return, we'll take a more closer look at the topic, blockchain technology and remittances, and we'll take a more deeper look at the implications on cross-border transactions in Africa. Stay with us. CFI, DeFi. Confusing, huh? Hello, this is Learn and Earn with Anathon. Today we'll be talking about CFI, centralized finance, and DeFi, decentralized finance, and their individual peculiarities. Now, CFI can be said to be our traditional financial system of today with all the services they provide. Banks, insurance.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. I am Bobby Andike. I'm still here with Chiagozie Iwu, the Chief Executive Officer of NaijaCrypto, a digital asset exchange that offers sophisticated financial services. Now, Chiagozie, before we went on a break, this particular question is very, very important. Now, if you might have heard that the African Export-Import Bank recently launched the Pan-African Payment Solution System, otherwise known as PAPSS. Now, this is a centralized payment infrastructure for processing intra-African trade and commerce. Now, what impact do you think this will have for those who wish to trade across borders?
Well, it's 50-50, right? While it's lovely that these traditional institutions are innovating towards these things, because of course they are 50 years too late, but yeah, it's still cool. They're catching up, right? So, yes, it's a good thing because, believe me, it's easier for me to trade with the United States as a Nigerian, right? It's easier for Nigeria to trade with the United States than for Nigeria to trade with, let's say, Kenya, Malawi, right? Congo, right?
Yeah.
So, it's actually a very big problem, right? Because you have a lot of situations where we're dependent on non-African countries, right, for trade income, right? Meanwhile, within Africa, if we trade within Africa, we can serve most of our needs. So yeah, this is a problem. So the average Nigerian businessman feels more comfortable trading with the US, with the UK, and to trade with Kenya, and to trade with Congo, right? So this is a good way. It removes one of the hurdles for this trades, right? Because payments is a very big hurdle for this trade. But on the other hand, right, like what most traditional institutions, not just in Africa, but this happens more in Africa, right? There is still that financial exclusion aspect with it, right? So in the process of checking it out, right? So you see what it takes to be able to use this platform, like the requirements to be able to use this platform. So, okay, imagine I run a very small e-commerce site, right? I produce local Nigerian wares, right? And I have like a lot of people. So I have Kenyans that watch Nigerian movies, right? And they see this local Nigerian wares, like let's say this senator wears, right? And they want to buy this wares, right? And they search online and they see my website. Oh, the traffic is crazy, right? I advertise on these Nigerian movies that they watch, and they want to buy these wares. It's a problem for them to send money to me. And this current infrastructure cannot serve them because the requirements are too heavy. It will only tend to, like, let's say the heavier exporters, those doing billions of naira, right, or hundreds of millions of naira. The small businesses, which are usually what drives an economy, right? In the United States, over 80% of employment is generated by small businesses. In Singapore, over 80% of employment is generated by small businesses. In most major economies, at least over 70% of employment is generated by small businesses. Large-scale corporations and medium-scale enterprises do not develop an economy. It is the small businesses that develop an economy. So if you build solutions that are targeted at this large corporation and large medium scale, not even the smaller medium scale enterprises, right? It doesn't cost any. It doesn't create any additional economic output, right? Let's say 1 or 2%, right? Because the small businesses that are supposed to be benefiting from this cross-border trade and by extension creating jobs within the economy and not benefiting from this, and this is a very big problem in Africa, right? So yes, while this is a welcome move, it is going to help facilitate a lot, right? We still need solutions that cater more to businesses in a decentralized manner, that even the smallest of businesses can have access to this, right? I have had personal experiences where I wanted to do business with people from other African countries, and payments are very, very difficult, right? So, but blockchain has solved a lot of this. USDT and other blockchain-backed methods have solved a lot of this. Thank you.
I would agree with you on that. Now, like I earlier mentioned, payments and remittances have been a crucial use case of blockchain technology since its inception. Now, what impact would you say this will have on the African trade market, specifically when you bring it down to Nigeria?
Yes, it's like I said, right? This is actually continuation to the answer I gave in the last question, right? So yes, as I said, the impact is that you have more inclusion, right? So when it comes to the remittance space now, it's not just the person doing thousands of containers that have access to proper remittance tool. You also have the small e-commerce guy selling his goods on Instagram, right? Has access. He can receive crypto instead of receiving fiat, right? At NaijaCrypto, we have a service whereby called NaijaPay, whereby once you receive crypto payment, immediately you receive the fiat in your bank account. So it's this solutions that blockchain is powering that can help proper financial inclusion. And when you have proper financial inclusion and small and medium scale enterprises thriving, right, that is when you have proper inclusive economic growth. Without that, you can never have economic growth. The data says so, right? So yes, in terms of Africa, blockchain has the potential to like take us to another level, not just from this remittance aspect, but in a lot of other aspects, which I always talk about, to financial derivatives, to contract formulation, a lot of things. And remittances is a much needed one. Very much needed one. Thank you.
Well, that is great stuff. Great stuff. So before I let you go, Chiagozie, now on the 1st of October, it was announced previously, prior to the 1st of October, that the Nigerian CBDC dubbed e-Naira would launch. And then on the 1st of October, we were, would I say, shocked that the project didn't pull through again. Now, in light of everything that's happened, seeing that the CBN outsourced its technical partner to a foreign company and all that, do you care to comment on this?
Oh my God. I think this CBDC is one issue I have really said a lot about, right? And we kind of predicted this, right? So in your news coverage, I saw the reason was that because of the lawsuits being faced, there were rumors flying out there that it might be technical reasons and whatever the case might be, right? Of course, they hired a foreign expatriate firm that that is not half as good as what we have in Nigeria in terms of firms building solutions and developers building solutions. So I do not know whether that's the problem. It might be, we don't know, right? But one thing is for sure, right? This was not a well thought out project, right? So yeah, there's been the CBDC fraud going around, like central banks want to do their own, because of course I believe the younger generation is tending more towards digital currencies than actual the paper money they're printing. So everybody was in a rush. Okay, let me get a taste of this market without actually understanding the technology, without actually, when the CBN even presented what they're doing with the e-Naira, there was nothing. They called it a cryptocurrency. Now it's just some digital currency, like the type that we already see with the traditional banking apps, right? So there's nothing special about it. It's not a blockchain. It's not a decentralized project. It's just more of like the CBN issuing money. So it's all printing paper money or doing expansionary monetary policy through the traditional means. All they need to do is to just type in some numbers and more money is created, right? So it even makes the traditional expansionary monetary policy mechanisms even easier for them, right? And it makes them avoid things like quantitative easing and using open market operations and things like that, and other methodologies used. So so the e-naira, whether it was still launch or not, right, essentially it has no added value to the economy, it has no added value to what is going on within the crypto space. A lot of value has been added by the traditional banks and the cryptocurrency exchanges, the cryptocurrency companies, right? And I believe the CBN is the major hindrance that a lot of traditional institutions are not diving into proper crypto adoption, because we saw a lot of interest from traditional institutions, both outside Nigeria and inside Nigeria. But a lot of traditional institutions backtracked when the central bank decided, okay, we need to crack down on this, and which we have seen so far has been the worst decisions of their lives, because it's not the approach being done in developed countries, right? So the CBN better looks at who his role models are and all that. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic stuff. So before I let you go, Chiagozie, now there are some blockchain-based services, foreign, that are focused on remittances. Let me list a few. Now, Ripple, Velora. Ripple launched their on-demand liquidity service with SBI Remit to facilitate cross-border payments in Japan. Now, Velora is a mobile peer-to-peer payment, and remittance are built on Cello, and they raised over $20 million. So, is it possible for us to see something similar happening in the Nigerian, or at a larger sense, in the African blockchain ecosystem? Is it possible for us to see blockchain-based solutions that are focused on remittances? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes. So blockchain-based solutions focused on remittances, I think in fact they already exist in Africa, right? So it's just a matter of increase of skill and proper let's say lack of improper regulation that they've not shown themselves properly, right? So there are a lot of those startups already existing. In fact, to be sincere with you, right, the traditional crypto exchange in Africa is also a remittance service. Let's tell ourselves the truth, right? So, but the focus, we've seen some, I think, Bitseeker with Cheaper Cash, they have elements of blockchain backing their remittance services, right? And I think Cheaper Cash raised about $30 million recently, right? Fantastic. And and so we have the startups that are actually looking at this. Even we at NaijaCrypto, we're looking at building a remittance focus service that removes the whole crypto noise, right? So, but of course, we also need to tread carefully due to the regulatory environment within the country. So, yes,
well, I guess that's the first. We've heard it on Crypto TV Plus.
Yes. So we need to we need to have the solutions, right? Because you do not want foreign organizations like Western Union, MoneyGram taking up all the fees and hard work of Nigerians abroad working to prop up their families, right? Let's be sincere with ourselves, right? The remittance is more of money flowing into Nigeria than out of Nigeria, right? A good part of the economy of many less developed countries are based on remittances. And I really hope our regulators say this, because the blockchain-based remittance makes all this easy, cheaper, and a lot of startups. You don't know how many startups in Nigeria have a remittance product that are just waiting for the right time to just showcase this product and get it and kick off and get it out there. So a lot is being done. There are products even older than what we've seen in the foreign countries that are working well and all that. So that's it.
Great stuff, Chiagozie. I really appreciate you taking out your time to share some useful nuggets on the topic at hand. Thank you for joining us on the show.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yes. And that will be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CryptoTV Plus to get daily info on our programs. And also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crypto TV Plus, for more amazing content. Today's edition of the Inside Blockchain Show is brought to you by OKX, the leading innovative cryptocurrency exchange that offers advanced financial services. Thank you for staying with us. I am Bobby Adike. Till next time.
This program is brought to you by OKEX, the most trusted digital asset exchange.